Hi everybody, it's Nikki from Dutiful Dogs here. I hope you're having a great week. Let's talk about trainers. No, not the ones you wear on your feet. Finding a reputable, reliable trainer who can work with your and your dog's specific needs is like negotiating a minefield. Where do you start? Who can you trust? Do you call that trainer on Facebook who has over 20,000 followers and lots of product endorsements? Or do you trust the word of mouth of your fellow dog owners? Do you want to work with someone who puts out loads of amazing videos on YouTube with seriously polished post-production techniques? Or someone who uses a selfie stick and iMovie to get their videos out there, but who clearly achieves fantastic results? The good news is, it doesn't have to be either or. Let's start with a few red flags, because knowing what to avoid helps get you on the path to knowing what boxes your prospective trainer must tick in order for you to hire them. 1. They cannot provide any video, photos, articles, or other proof of their work and experience. 2. They have no proper website, pricing structure, policies, guidelines, and, if needed, contracts. 3. They have no testimonials or referees. 4. They cannot provide details or proof of mentors, internships, work experience, or apprenticeships they've served, whether paid or voluntary, for example, at animal shelters. 5. They talk a lot, often about themselves, and usually while charging a very large sum of money, but they never actually do any hands-on dog training with you. They diagnose, but they do not fix. 6. They talk about fixing issues in terms of management and redirection only, rather than solution, and in timescales of weeks and months, rather than a handful of sessions and plenty of practice in between. Prepare to have your bank balance seriously depleted. Moving on from the red flags, what signposts, or markers to use a training term, should you be looking for to indicate that a particular trainer is the right one for your needs? Simple. Ask them some questions that have pretty definitive answers so that they cannot prevaricate. 1. How do you stop an undesirable behaviour right now? This is arguably the most important question a prospective trainer needs to be able to answer, because undesirable and dangerous behaviours are what can get your dog seized for being dangerously out of control or put to sleep. If a trainer does not know how to stop a behaviour in a timely fashion, that is a big mark against them. Why have I not provided the actual answer to this question here? Think about it. If you're an owner looking for a trainer and want to know the correct answer to this question, send me an email. 2. What methods do you use for teaching new behaviours? There's no single correct answer to this question, but there are key words and phrases I'd be looking for in a response. Again, I'm not going to provide an example response here for obvious reasons, so do the email thing and I'll help you out. 3. Are you a member of ABDT, ARDO, and/or IACP? Whilst it isn't compulsory for any trainer to be a member of these organisations, it's a bonus if they are, because all three embody and adhere to a similar set of guidelines and ethics when it comes to training dogs properly. Which means that even if the trainer whose methods and principles you like doesn't cover your area, they will know and be able to refer you to someone whose methods and principles are similar, who does. What other markers can you use to help you find the right trainer? Something that almost all skilled professionals do in their fields of expertise, whether wittingly or unwittingly, is scrutinise the handiwork of fellow professionals. For example, if I see a self-professed dog trainer walking towards me and their own personal dog is out in front of them, pulling on the leash, dragging them along, and not paying the slightest attention to them, do you think I'm going to believe for 1 second that that individual is actually a dog trainer? Of course not. So ask to see the prospective trainer's personal dog. Watch how it behaves. Does it walk properly to heel, on and off leash? Does it have a solid recall? Does it ignore other dogs apart from a cursory sniff when passing? Is it calm and stable when not walking, working, or playing? Can it do the basics, sit, down, stay, without difficulty or repetition of the command? Many dog trainers will have their own demo dog, stooge dog, or both. A dog that can show how a command is carried out, a dog that gives off the right energy to other dogs around it to show them what behaviours are and are not appropriate. No licensed, regulated official qualifications actually exist that enable someone to become an effective, competent trainer. There are plenty of certifications, many of which can be obtained online without even touching a dog. Ask your trainer what real-world, relevant experience they have, particularly when it comes to addressing the specific behaviours that affect your dog, and what proof they have of that experience. A prospective trainer could tell you that they have 30 years of dog training experience, which sounds really impressive on paper, but this could in actuality be nothing more than 30 years of teaching sit to baby puppies and getting them to walk nicely in a circle in group class. How relevant do you think that experience will be when it comes to fixing your dog reactive, human aggressive, large breed dog? A good trainer will take all factors into consideration when putting together a training package for you and your dog. And by all factors, I mean everything from genetics and breeding to diet, exercise, the in-home dynamic, including any interpersonal relationships, and even your own mental and physical health. Because even the smallest things can affect your dog's behavior and the way they relate to you and interact with you. I would also expect any prospective dog trainer to be able to explain at least some of the intricacies of canine communication to a client. And by intricacies, I don't mean that dog's tail is wagging, that means he's happy, because for reference, a wagging tail can mean a myriad of things, including I'm enjoying biting the heck out of this person. Your prospective trainer must be a good listener. If they come to you armed with a list of commands, a timetable in which to complete those commands, a bag of treats and nothing else, they are not offering you a full service package. Your trainer must listen carefully to your needs and wishes and formulate a training package accordingly. Anyone can teach a dog to sit. That is not what dog training is about. Dog training is about teaching dogs how to live properly in our world, the world of an entirely different species. In addition to this, if you have asked a trainer to address a problem behaviour and their go-to response is to slap a tool on the dog and apply a correction or punishment, that is also not full-service training. The dog must be taught in a way that it understands completely, with clarity and compassion. Non-contingent punishment is not a training solution. A cookie cutter package is not a training solution either, because dogs are not robots. Your prospective trainer should train you to train your dog. They should be passing on the knowledge and skills that they have acquired over many years so that you know how to communicate effectively with your dog. Once you become your dog's trainer, you can continue on your personal journey with them, armed with everything you need to train the things you want and stop the things you don't. A good trainer is a pair of training wheels, not a chauffeur service. They should not be taking money from you months and months after your first lesson for commands and behaviours that can be easily taught within a few sessions. If they are, then you have become the crutch, a financial crutch, and the relationship is one of codependence, and we all know how unhealthy that is. Lastly, gut feeling. If, even when the prospective trainer fulfills all the above criteria on paper, you feel you just don't gel with them, that's fine. With almost 7.5 billion people on this planet, we can't expect to get along with everybody. Sometimes the vibe just isn't right. So keep on looking, but always with the same criteria in mind. I train my clients' dogs the same way I train my own dogs. After all, that's part of what prompted them to hire me in the first place. Your trainer owes you nothing less than their absolute best, so don't settle for anything less. Thanks for watching, folks.